What is Emoji Self? Emoji Self is a gender-neutral form of neo-pronouns.
You look like a prepubescent gender-swapped Jeffrey Dahmer. So I found a very interesting video of just scrolling through YouTube, and then I found this unique individual, let's just put it that way, and they made some interesting opinions. I'm trying to be as vague as possible because I kind of want to show you what I'm talking about, but I just wanted to make this video to express my opinion on the matter in a very respectful way outside of, a couple playful insults, but, let's just jump right into it.
What is Emoji Self? Emoji Self is a gender-neutral form of neo-pronouns where an individual will replace a pronoun with an emoji.
Nope.
Now this is primarily only through text or through written communication because you cannot express an emoji.
But you can. Most of the emojis represent emotions, but emotions aren't a sexuality. I don't even know why I'm hearing out someone who looks like they have the clay vest from Wallace and Gromit. Oh my god.
In person, but an individual will replace their pronouns with an emoji. So in their bio, instead of having he, him, they, she, they will have an emoji.
But what can emojis signify when it comes to sexuality and gender identity? I don't understand at all. If I put the angry emoji in my bio, am I constantly angry and I constantly have angry and toxic sex? If I put an eggplant in my bio, am I going to be constantly horny? I don't understand. Although, if that thing was true about the eggplant, I'm putting that in my bio as quickly as possible.
But what emojis will they use and why do they do this? Let's talk about it.
Before we continue any further, I just want to express the fact that I do not understand. I don't understand why you have to make a sexuality out of almost anything at this point. Like, if I go outside and I point my finger at a random flower and I say I identify as that flower, am I going to start eating and going through my digestive system through photosynthesis? am I going to start having sexual encounters through the acts of transferring pollen? Okay, I need a pause. I'm overthinking this way too much. Look, being trans is one thing, or they, them, I can understand to an extent. But if you go around identifying as an emoji, which is literally a digital emotion, you've lost me. I am more lost than some buried dinosaur bones. Holy shit.
Like noun self, which is another video I can make, individuals will choose an emoji that best reflects them and their gender identity.
Which, for context, if you always identify as the angry emoji, you have just simplified being a psychopath.
Or will pick an emoji that they just like. It's as simple as that.
We already do that. It's just not associated with my gender. I don't identify as a fucking heart eye emoji. But I like the emoji. Can't I just like the emoji without identifying as it? Jesus Christ!
And they can have a multitude of emojis that they use depending on maybe if they're feeling more femme one day, more masc one day, more androgynous one day.
Are you fucking kidding me? Replay that section right now. Replay it.
And they can have a multitude of emojis that they use depending on maybe if they're feeling more femme one day, more masc one day, more androgynous one day.
She uses the word feeling, and she uses it in such a particular way. Emotions are a display of thoughts and feelings. Emotions aren't a fucking gender.
Or just because they like a variety of emojis that they use interchangeably in text.
The emojis I use while I text my bros doesn't alter my sexual identity, you stupid fuck! I currently identify as the skull emoji, because right now I'm fucking dead inside!
There's no rules about Emoji Self, you can just pick whatever you want to use. Some people may keep the emojis in similar themes, so maybe all fruits, or maybe...
What the fuck does that have to do with gender?
All sports, or maybe all clothing. And some people just have fun with it and choose as many wild and crazy emojis as they like.
What? What the fuck does this have to do with gender? Replay the beginning of her video, for God's sakes!
What is Emoji Self? Emoji Self is a gender-neutral form of neo-pronouns to replace their pronouns through text communication.
Strawberry has to drive to the shop after work. Strawberry needs to pick up some bread. She's a fucking strawberry. That label, much like a real strawberry, is gonna fucking perish over time.
So this is what a emoji self conversation may look like with somebody who uses emojis instead of pronouns.
Your little fucking emoji thing is a pronoun. Do I have to replay the beginning of your video?
Emoji self is a gender-neutral form of neo-pronouns.
I don't understand, and I don't care enough to understand at this point. I'm done. I'm fucking done. You could have just said that you use emojis to abbreviate your neo-pronouns, to explain them in a more simplified way, in images. But you didn't. You made it worse. And because of that, I'm fucking done.